Hi guys, in this video I'm going to teach you on how to use a Gaiwan. Okay, so in front of me I have a Gaiwan, I have a fairness cup, and my personal cup. Okay, and I'm going to use our tea Chilan. This is a type of rock tea from Wi Mountain. This is probably the best kind of tea you want to use for a Gaiwan. You can use any kind of tea. If your lid is bigger, larger like this, it's going to help you a little bit. Yeah. So if your tea is large like this, it's going to be a lot easier. So if you're just starting, you want to kind of practice, I recommend you using a larger lid like this. Now the first step, usually you want to, I have a boiling water here. I'm gonna just kind of put hot water here. And so what it does is it heat up the Gaiwan, and it's also sanitize the Gaiwan with the hot water. Okay, it's important to heat up the Gaiwan because you don't want to put your leaf into a cold or cool Gaiwan. It's going to affect the result of your tea that you make. So once it's done, you can toss it away, or you can use the hot water to actually rinse your fairness cup. And you can do the same thing with your cups, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Now, the next part, okay, I am going to push this into this Gaiwan. Now, one of the most common questions that people ask me is how much leaf do you put? If you want to go by weight, then it's about 5 grams to 8 grams, depending on the tea. Okay. So a lot of time, if you look at how much you put, you can see I cover the bottom part of the Gaiwan and slightly a little bit more. Okay. So you can put a little bit more if you want. There's no wrong way. The more you put, the faster you have to put the hot water, and then you have to take it out from the Gaiwan. Okay. So for me, it's a preference. There's a lot of debate on how much tea you should put, depending on who you ask. So my answer is depending on how you want to make your tea. If you want it fast and strong, the flavor, then put extra. If you want it, take your time, then put a little bit less. Eventually you'll find your comfort zone. But that's about maybe about 1.5 tablespoons for this kind of tea, okay? So it doesn't apply to all kind of tea. Now, the next part, I have a hot water here. This is 205. So I'm gonna pour it just on the side of the Gaiwan. This is one way. Okay, instead of putting directly into the middle, the center of the Gaiwan, I put it on the side. There's going to be very slight difference if you put it directly into the lid. For this type of tea, the difference is minimal, but it's a good habit, I will say that. It's a good habit to try to put it from the edge. Okay, and you're gonna cover it. Now, because I'm explaining it, I'm doing it a little bit slow motion, but usually you put it, you want to cover it as soon as possible. It's important for you to pay attention on this. You want to cover it as soon as possible. Now also, how much water do you put? You see where the lid rests? Wherever that line is, that's your goal. You don't want to go too low over here. You don't want to go too high so that it's overflow to the point that hot water is going, like you can see the tea overflow the lid. So you want to be like exactly around that line. Now, depending on the tea, sometimes you want to rinse the tea, sometimes you don't. I'm not going to rinse it, I'm just going to pour it out. Okay. So one of another benefits is you can actually smell the lid while we're brewing it. It smells amazing. Instead of putting your whole face into the pot, it's not really it's not really clean. I guess. So you just sniff the lid, and then you have an idea on what kind of flavor are you gonna get. And then you can also use the lid to move things around, so that if the tea somehow like not exactly in the center, like somehow it's on the side, you can push it around, or you can kind of like stir it around. But because this happens very quick, usually you only do like 1 or 2, that's it. Now, it's about 40 seconds right now. Now, this is how you hold it. You see this? I don't have a nail, so I do it like this. And then there's 2 sides over here. You're gonna hold it like this. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, and this is very important. You gotta make sure that you have a nice grip. And I wanna push this down. Okay, and I push this down and hold it very, very securely. And then, also when you're holding it on this side, you don't wanna, let me show you. You don't want to put this thumb over here. Okay, you want to put right in the edge. Same thing over here, because what happens is this part is very hot, so if you do it like that, again, you're going to burn your finger. So you want to just hold it right on the edge. It takes practice, but it's not difficult. Okay, after that, I'm going to kind of open a little bit room just over here. You don't want to like straight, so again, showing you. So you want to kind of like open it a little bit. Okay. So if you do it like this, then the water is not gonna come out, and it's gonna be too slow anyway. So you want to do it like that, but not too big, because if it's too big, then the lid is gonna come out. So depending on tea, you have to kind of have the just enough gap for the liquid to come out, but not enough for the leaf to come out. Okay, and I'm gonna hold it like this. I'm gonna put a little bit larger. See, I can adjust it a little bit before I pour it. I can visually see the gap. Okay, and I'm gonna do this really quick, one motion. Yeah, this is important because a lot of time people do this. They do this, and then they like not completely 90 degree. Okay, you wanna like completely 90 degree. Okay, see that? And you wanna make sure that there's no, you see that? This is still dripping. You wanna make sure that there's no liquid remaining in the Gaiwan. This is really important because you don't wanna have liquid over here and it's going to affect the brew, the second brew, the third brew. So you want to make sure that you really let all the tea out. Okay, and you can see there's nothing in it. There's no leaf. Everything still in the Gaiwan. No strainer needed. And if you do this properly, this type of tea, you can redo this for like 7-8 times. If it's a good tea, easily you can do 7-8 times. This is how you know the real value of your tea. If you're paying $15 and then or $20 per ounce and you only get 2 times out of discount tea, then it's probably not a good tea. Okay? Once you do this, then you just pour it out. You can share it with your friend. Very simple. Okay? And you can take your time. You don't have to do this again until this is finished. This is the Ferris cup. This is to store the tea, and then you're gonna pour this to all the other cups. Okay? And that's it. That's a quick introduction on how to use a Gaiwan to make a tea. Thank you again for watching. If you like the video, please support us by liking the video and put a thumbs up and subscribe to the video for future video. Thank you guys. Have a good one.